One today is dealing with your boy Boosie, and how Boosie is informing J Prince Jr., hey man, go ahead, turn in your mob ties guy, Lil Cam Fifth. And not only based on the whole Takeoff situation, but what also happened to Duke the Jeweler leaving a concert in H-Town, man. Because when I tried to inform people that I had nothing to do with it, they didn't believe me. Yeah, because of my past. My past compared to yours, yeah, a lot of people is going to automatically think I had something to do with Duke's untimely demise, but I didn't. And again, I was here to let the world know I had nothing to do with that whole situation, man. So that's why at the same time, you got to go ahead and turn in your guy, Lil Cam Fifth. Because now I see that he was not only at the dice game with Duke, when he was talking to you the whole time, while he was looking at Duke's jewelry and looking all in Duke's hand at his money. You understand? I was really standing right there beside the Duke to make sure that he was cool, to make sure that he was not out there by himself. And even though he didn't come by himself, but he was still outnumbered. And I want to let the people know that, hey man, that Boosie squad, that Boosie team is riding with Duke team. You understand? So anybody against Duke at this moment, they got to go against Boosie. And this is what Boosie is saying, man. That's why Boosie stated that, hey man, I actually had a cool talk with Duke. He was talking about making me a chain. I told him I had a 10-piece for him if he make me a charm. You understand?
So let's open up PayPal and see if we did get the money. So there you go.
It's made by a jeweler in Houston. But he had to let the people know that, no, man, this is something I do myself. Me and my family is invested into the jewelry business. Matter of fact, here go a couple pieces I could show y'all. And that's when Duke went and got the Louis Vuitton bag of jewelry. You understand? The charms, the chains, the raw gold, the raw diamonds. Like Duke had all that in the bag. That's why people saying he was walking around with over $1 million or $2 million in jewelry. Not around him, not on his body, but in his bag mostly. Cause like I stated before, he was there to, promote his jewelry to other rappers and entertainers. But he was also in Houston based on the business deal. Like I told y'all, man, him and his family, they had been going back and forth to Houston, to ATL for the past 10 years based on the jewelry game. You understand? So at the same time, it's going back to Boosie acknowledging that, hey man, I tried to tell y'all that Boosie, he was not talking to us. That Boosie was talking to Duke's family, the GDs, and Duke's business partners when it came to Duke untimely demise, man. I let y'all know, so y'all ain't got to make no moves on me. I had nothing to do with Duke whole situation, man. I let you guys know. If you guys didn't believe me, I understand. But at the same time, now y'all see what I'm talking about. Because now y'all have Lil Cam Fifth, who's actually on J Prince Jr. side. So again, when I went to social media, that was me letting y'all know that, hey man, it's gonna come out. And when it do, just understand that I told y'all first I had nothing to do with it. And that's real talk, man. And now y'all seeing it was J Prince, man. Because again, the suburban kids is running with the street guys. And at the same time, the suburban kids is paying off the street guys for their own criminal activity. And at the same time, it's also noted that some of what the Mob Ties affiliate do, J Prince and J Prince Jr., they have no acknowledgement of what these dudes be getting into. So again, when Lil Cam Fifth, the whole Duke situation, he could have been acting on his own accord. But y'all best believe, like I told y'all before, J Prince, he knew who hands was in it. I told y'all this before, and there was a bunch of people in the comments like, nah, J Prince don't know everything that go on in Houston. Prince, he knew who hands was in it. I told y'all this before, and there was a bunch of people in the comments like, nah, J Prince don't know everything that go on in Houston. Hey man, I told y'all, man, when it comes to certain type of criminal activity, especially involving high pricey, expensive jewelry, come on, man. Y'all don't think he don't know where that jewelry went? From the time it left the person's hands who had something to do with it, or to the time it got sold to the other person? Come on. J Prince know all that. I tried to let y'all know this. And dealing with that, now people is acknowledging the fact that, hey man, J Prince also knew who had something to do with Takeoff untimely demise. Because in that message that J Prince wrote on social media, he was basically letting the people know, yeah man, it's a Mob Tie affiliate. So don't come hiding behind me. That's what he noted in a message on social media pertaining to Takeoff untimely demise. Because J Prince put it out there like, hey man, I had a lot of love for the Migos. I treated them like they was my sons. So the guy who did this to Takeoff, don't come hiding behind me, because the mob ties, they not gonna protect you. This is what Jay Prince said, man. So at the same time, now a lot of people are saying, oh, what? So did this same dude have something to do with Duke and y'all was hiding him? And then turn around, the same cat that got something to do with Takeoff being sent up, and y'all go hiding him too? Because at first, people were saying that Lil Cam Fifth had got sent up, but it wasn't true. They was hiding the dude, man. They was hiding the dude to make it seem like they already had handled the situation, that the problem was already resolved. Once they put it out there themselves that, hey man, Lil Cam got sent up. Y'all see what Charleston White and Whack 100 is saying? These dudes create their own storylines. They create their own narratives, and they put them out there, man. So this is why Boosie had to come protect himself and say, hey man, I don't have a bunch of dudes to protect me. I'm my own boss. So I got to speak for myself. Hey man, I had nothing to do with Duke. But if y'all look closely at the dice game, it's somebody in that room that does. And now people is really seeing that's the truth. Right there. Lil Cam Fifth in the room at Duke's dice game. Lil Cam Fifth in the room when Takeoff at the dice game. Come on, man. Come on, man. Both of those guys sent up. And that's real. It's a sad situation. Because like I said, it could have went the other way. And I also acknowledge the fact that, yeah, Quavo, he could have said less. If he could have said less, less would have been done. But by Quavo even saying that, hey man, let's get up out of here before I had to do something to somebody. The problem with that is it was not going to be Quavo. It was going to be somebody there that's protecting Quavo, and which we seen happen to be the case. Again, these dudes run off at the mouth, and it be the people that's with them that got to protect them from their own mouth. And that's what happened that night. So that's why it's a lot of people that's kind of blaming Quavo for the whole Takeoff situation. But I'm not doing that. Because again, there was a bunch of men in the building to make sure that none of this went that way. To make sure that nobody ups no blickies, you understand? And yes, we also note that if I see somebody on the other side up a blicky and I'm there with my homeboy and he's not watching, yeah, I'm gonna up the blicky because he wasn't paying attention and I'm there to have his back. And I'm speaking on Miko Bands. Again, Miko Bands, he had Quavo and Takeoff back. So when he spotted Lil Cam Fifth up the blicky, he went for his. But again, when Lil Cam Fifth allegedly went for his, he pulled it right on Takeoff. Bam, gone. You understand? One shot. Sad situation. So again, the other shot y'all hear is Miko Band, because he really want to clear the room. Because he's seeing that Quavo is trying to get up Takeoff. So that really got him pissed, because he know that his job duty there was to protect Takeoff and Quavo. But Takeoff didn't make it, you understand? But at the same time, that's why I put it on every man in that room. Because immaturity got in the way. Egos got in the way, man. Egos got in the way at 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the morning, bro. Come on, man. That makes no sense. Again, Quavo, he should have just left without saying nothing. But with that, we do understand where Boosie was coming from when he said, hey, man, the Duke situation had nothing to do with me. Now y'all seeing what happened with Takeoff. And Jay Prince Jr. homeboys was in the building, just like they was in the building when Duke was at the dice game. You understand? And like I told you guys before, man, the driver, man, when Lil Cam was riding with the driver back and forth to go pick up Duke, he was overhearing conversations. They was overhearing Duke's next move, what he was going to do. You understand? So they paying attention to all that. So like I said, when they sent up Duke, when he was leaving the concert and they seen he did not have his jewelry on him, they went right back to the hotel to recover the jewelry. So right now, a lot of people is in the discontent towards the whole Mob Ties affiliates. And I'm not just talking about the workers. I'm talking about Jay Prince Jr. and Jazz, man. Right now in this day of time, because they always put it out there that, or the Pops always put it out there like, hey man, ain't nothing gonna happen around me. I'm here to protect different rappers, all that. That seemed to not be the case. You understand? Because we seeing the outcomes of these circumstances. You feel me? Hey, we got more in store. But as always,